The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company, privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music, music is all we do. The Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. Hello everyone and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Tonight we are at Lynn R. Miller Field on the campus of Mountain Crest High School, where the Mountain Crest Mustangs take on the Salem Hills Skyhawks, a Class 5A team out of Region 8, and a team that was pretty darn good last year at scoring points and moving the ball up and down the field, while the Mountain Crest Mustangs were a stingy team and pretty darn good at not giving up many points. The opposite side of that coin for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, though, they had trouble scoring last year, and they're hoping to do better offensively this year. But we talked all about the Skyhawks and their defense in our opener, or their offense in our opener, but defensively, yeah, they were one of the top defensive teams in 5A as well. They only gave up 14.5 points. They're a good all-around team. They were 11-2 last year. They returned 6 starters on offense, 5 on defense. They ended up being the number 1 RPI seed. They lost in the semis to Orem, 51-14. Orem ended up winning it all. The Mustangs, on the other hand, 5-7 last year, second in Region 11. They were the 11th seed, lost in the second round to Stansbury, a game that people around this program really feel like they should have won. They had Stansbury on the ropes most of the game, and Stansbury found a way to win that ball game. They were 4th in scoring defense in 4A, 16th out of 22 teams in scoring offense. Coach Jason Lee in his 4th year at 26-12 at the helm for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and Jeff Higginson's in his 1st year at Salem Hills, takes over for his brother Joel Higginson, taking over an offense that scored 32.5 last year and a defense that only gave up 14.5. Good for 4th and 2nd in 5A. Some of the changes you'll see with coronavirus and COVID and everything else in mind are teams are only allowed to dress so many players. You can only have 50 on the sideline. Players can spread out between the 10s from one 10-yard line to the other 10-yard line to keep kind of spread out. There'll be 2-minute timeouts instead of 1-minute timeouts because each player is supposed to have their own water or drinks and not share. Coaches still have to stay in the coaches box that goes from the 25 to the 25. The officials can wear masks, don't have to, unless they are talking to a coach or a player up close. Then they are talking about they putting those on and just being careful. And we're up here in a press box where people are spread out. A lot of people wearing their masks as well if they don't have to talk. And a lot of people in this stadium, and there are a lot of them, a lot of them are wearing masks, including the kids. In fact, most of them, I would say, taking a look, are. So hopefully that'll help, and they'll do that all around the state, and we can have high school football for a while. The Mustangs won the toss. They'll defer, get the ball in the second half, so they're going to kick it off and put that defense out on the field early. And they're going to do just a little punch kick. Lefevre, a short one, taking on the run, and a big hole up the middle. Look out! Lefevre's the last chance. He misses the tackle, but finally bringing down Austin Hallows is one of the Mustangs. He just did a little pooch kick, and it backfires as Hallows catches it on the run right up the middle and returns it all the way to the 15-yard line.
A 48-yard return.
50-yard return, and the Mountain Crest defense with their backs against the wall to start 2020. A very 2020 start for the Mustang defense. Elijah Jackson, number 33, a man to watch along with his running mate as a linebacker, number 6, Emilio Veeder. Those guys can fly, and they will put the pads to you when they get there. Elmer has to go down on one knee, and they say, as the ball comes loose, they say he touched his knee. The quarterback, Jared Elmer. And so it's a dead ball, and they lose 5 yards on play number 1. So now it's 2nd and 15. Jared Elmer, one of those returning starters for Salem Hills. Devin Johnson, Reed Johnson, Austin Hallows, who we saw return that kick. James Carton, Grant Barney, all returning starters. Carton and Barney, offensive linemen. Devin Johnson, a tight end, and a big tight end at 6'4", the senior, 235 pounds. Reed Johnson and Hallows, both receivers. And now it's 2nd and 15 at the 20. Elmer looking, he's got the little out pattern, picks up the penalty yardage back, and maybe one more, and it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Jared Elmer's pass completed to number 2, Austin Howells, on the quick out. Gain of 6 on the play.
Hallows
tackle made by number 5, Preston Lockhouse,
with the catch.
Brings up a 3rd and 9 for Salem Hills.
And on 3rd and 9, we'll see what Salem Hills can dial up. Great return on the opening kick. Takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line for Salem Hills. They lose yardage on their first play, and now it's 3rd and 9 at the 14. 3 to the near side, and Elmer's looking near side. Now he has to vacate. He's in trouble. Picks up positive yardage. Only 2 as he gets down to the 12-yard line, and the Mustang defense forces a 4th down. Stockton Nielsen, number 30.
And 7 for Salem Hills.
There's some injuries that Mountain Crest is dealing with
Number 5,
defensively, and
Bruce Butler.
in Hutchinson and Folger, as Bruce Butler, the junior kicker, comes out onto the field. Hallows is the holder. Straight away from about 28 yards. Knuckleball's up, and it's good, and Salem Hills with 3 points on their opening possession. 9:32 to play in the first. 3-0 Salem Hills.
I don't know if Wendy's has it in them. Maybe Wendy's should just stick to what they're good at? You know, you could have just reheated that bacon. I'll try it, but I have a lot of doubts. Holy sh**. That's incredible. Wow.
Bruce Butler just made a 28-yard field goal. He's getting set to kick it off from the 40-yard line as it's 3-0 Salem Hills. They had a great return on the opening kickoff off a short kick. Had it 1st and 10 at the Mountain Crest 15 and ended up having to kick a 28-yard field goal. And Butler tees it up, kicks it off. At the 2-yard line, we've got another big return. This is Veeder. Nothing fancy. Started up the middle, broke to the right, had some good blocking, and he's out near midfield. He's at the 45-yard line before Butler pushes him out of bounds. And that's where the Mustangs will start offensively. A spread offense. Adam Kennedy and Dave Caressa calling the plays. 5 returning starters. A couple of old linemen, Brock Alder and Calvin Kunzler played a little bit last year, and then Emilio Veeder. And the tailback, Elijah Jackson, fullback and tight end. Walker Hutchinson is out probably for the season with an injury. Here's the give, and a big hit on Camden Oswald.
Zeb heads off to number 4, Camden Oswald, off the left side. Immediately stopped by number 21, Willie Leota.
Leota,
Gain of 1
after a gain of a yard, came up and popped Oswald. Walker Hutchinson played in the slot last year and got a lot of run. And first day of practice, broke a leg. Your quarterback is Zeb Benson, 6'5". He looks like a quarterback. And in this spread, he can run the ball as well. He's up under center. He's going to give it off again to Oswald, and Oswald picks up 3. And it's 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs at the 49-yard line, trailing 3-0 with 8:20 to play here in this first quarter from Hyrum. The endowment game. That means part of the gate goes to the schools and part goes to UHSAA. Lefevre to the near side. Lopez and a slot receiver to the far side, and Veters in the backfield along with Jackson. And Benson waiting for the snap. Here it comes. Here comes a linebacker. Throw it outside to Jackson. Makes one man miss, and he's forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He picks up 11 on 3rd down, and the drive stays alive for the Mustangs. Benson connects on his first pass of the game. Mountain Crest runs the spread, but it'll be interesting to see if Adam Kennedy and Dave Crest are calling plays. Crest has been here for a long time. He's been here 30-plus years in different capacities. And he'll start running the ball. He'll play some smash mouth football on the all-century team at Utah State. They fake the give, and Benson's in trouble. Down he goes. Devin Johnson with a 10-yard sack.
86, Devin Johnson. Big loss on the play. Loss of 10. 2nd and 20 for the Mustangs.
2nd and 20 now for Mountain Crest. And one thing Coach Jason Lee told me before the game is we were talking a little bit about his offense. We had some coaches' comments. We don't put a microphone in his face with the COVID and everything, but I'll tell you one thing he did tell me is they wanted to get the ball out quicker. That time wasn't. That was a slow developing play. They lose 10 yards back to midfield. Here comes everybody. Benson steps up, looking for some sort of opening, finds a little bit, and just by falling forward, he gains 2.5 yards. He ends up getting 3 yards. And it's 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. 3rd and 17.
Brings up a 3rd and 17.
Salem Hills was bringing the heat, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him bring extra guys again. Benson is senior, but it's his first year starting. Here comes 6. Benson gets rid of it, finds his man. Let's see if he caught it or not.
Zeb Benson on the quick out.
They are going to say he caught it.
Avery Wells, pass completed, 2 yards short.
6 yards.
Number 1, Reed Johnson. Brings up a 4th and 2.
But well short. It's 4th and 12.
4th and 12 for the Mustangs.
For Mountain Crest. Pass caught out there by Avery Wells. So the Mustangs had a little bit going and took a big sack. And that stopped their momentum. 2 back returning. Leota at his 3-yard line, coming to the near side. Leota picking up blockers. Now hit just short of the 40 and brought down with some authority by Calvin Kunzler, number 52. There's a flag back at the 20. Looked like there was an illegal use of the hands or a block in the back out there. About where that flag was, it kind of sprung him around the corner, and let's see if that's the call. It's on Salem Hills.
Blocking by the receiving team.
And it's half the distance to the goal. That takes it down to the 10-yard line. So Salem Hills starts with their back against the wall.
First and 10.
Instead of knocking on the door like they were last time. First penalty of the game for either team. And Jared Elmer, the 6-foot senior, in the backfield, going to hand it to Leota. Leota met right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, met behind the line of scrimmage, loses a yard.
Deegan Anderson on the tackle, wraps up Willie
Leota, the 6'2 senior.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Good athlete.
Second and 11 for the
They like what he can bring to the table. And a long time in the huddle. Salem Hills, 4:45 to play in the first quarter, 3-0 Salem Hills. Second and 11 in the shadow of their own end zone. They send a man underneath and instead go up over top. Catch made out near the 40-yard line. 31 yards and a first down. Johnny Draper.
Jared Elmer's pass completed to number 3, Johnny Draper, on the skinny post route across the middle.
They cleared everything out underneath
Gain of 30 on the play
by running somebody underneath.
For Salem Hills.
Backers bit up on that. The outside man ran a little bit of a post and was one-on-one with the safety. He got in underneath that safety, and Elmer put it right where it needed to be. It was a good catch by Draper. Here comes Veeder. Elmer gets rid of it. Another man running free down the middle. He's clear down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line.
The pistol shotgun completes the pass.
35 yards.
On the inside post to number 10, Gavin Everett.
Gavin Averett.
Number 5, Preston Lofthouse on the tackle.
Now Salem Hills ripping off big chunks of yardage.
On the Mountain Crest 26-yard line.
They're down to the Mountain Crest 26, where they end up putting a 34-yard gain. Elmer with Leota in the backfield. In that pistol, he's going to hand it off. Leota looking for running room, nothing. Lost a yard. Stockton Nielsen gets off the bottom of the pile.
Tries to bounce it to the outside. Tackled by a herd of Mustangs. Loss of 1 on the play. Where it'll be 2nd and 11 on the Mountain Crest 27-yard line.
Mountain Crest needs to somehow find a way to get some pressure on Elmer. He stood back there and let some long patterns develop, and they haven't been able to get to him. He stands in there again, gets rid of this one a little bit quicker, and it's going to be a first down and a gain of 13 out to Draper.
Advances the ball to the line of game. It will be a first down for Salem Hills. The ball will be spotted at Mountain Crest 14.
85 yards on 4 of 4 passing for Elmer. 2:45 and the clock runs to play in the first quarter. It's a 3-0 ball game. Salem Hills looking for more points. They lead by a field goal. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Press coverage on that far side. They're going to give to Leota. He's going to run right up the middle to the end zone. Touchdown, Skyhawks.
Up the middle on the handoff.
14 yards
13 and a touchdown
for Leota. Salem Hills 90 yards. They started at their own 10-yard line after the penalty on the kick return. And now Butler on
attempting the extra point
to try to make it a 10-0 ball game. Butler's kick is up and good. 10-0 Salem Hills at Mountain Crest. 2:23 to play in the first quarter. A 90-yard drive capped off by a 14-yard run from Willie Leota. And Salem Hills looking good offensively. Typically, early in the season like this, your defenses are usually a little bit ahead of the offense. And the Salem Hills offense has had no trouble with a Mountain Crest team that's known for defense. They've done it by going downfield, giving Jarrett Elmer plenty of time to throw the ball. This one's fielded at the 2-yard line. And looking for some sort of room is Terrell Lee, and Terrell Lee
fields the ball,
moves his way up to about the 15. Let's see where they spot him.
Tackle made by number 17, Trayson Zoba.
They're going to spot it about the 18. Down to 17, and that's where Mountain Crest will take over, trailing 10-0. Mountain Crest first possession, they had a pretty good drive going, and a sack knocked them out. Lopez and Lee and one other man to this near side as they press up on the edges. Benson looking, gets rid of it, hit as he throws. And it falls short of his intended receiver, Zane Collins.
By 77, Isaiah Jones as he races the ball. Incomplete pass. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Mountain Crest. Veter's going to head to the sideline. Collins, Lee, and Lopez to the near side. Jackson alone in the backfield. No, that's not Jackson. That's Lefevre. Lefevre looking for the edge. Gets out near the 20.
Sweep to number 1, Nick Lefevre, pushed out of bounds.
Picks up a couple, let's say 3, and it'll be 3rd down. Third and 7 for the Mustangs. Again, Coach Lee told me they were wanting to try to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand a little quicker this year. At the times that they've thrown, Benson's held on to the ball for quite a while. That helps your offensive line when you can get rid of it quick. Now he steps up and out, and he's got some yardage. Plenty of yardage as he's upended out near the 35-yard line, 15 yards on 3rd and 8. And a 1st down.
Tackle made by number 45, Matthew Perkins. Gain of 16 on the play, bring up 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 34-yard line.
They were spying Benson with somebody, and he couldn't stay with him. Benson with those long strides, he kind of pump faked, and it froze that spy, and he was able to pick up 15 yards on 3rd and 8. Another give right up the middle. Moving the pile are the Mustangs for a gain of about 3. And it was Oswald. He's got 3 carries for 7 yards as we're approaching 1 minute to play in the first quarter. 10-0 Salem Hills. Of course, Salem Hills down in the Salem area, down near Spanish Fork. Salem Hill, Salem, Elk Ridge, down there between Spanish Fork and Payson. A lot of guys in the box. Here they come off the edge. Benson steps up. He's thinking about the rush. You can tell Benson's waiting. He couldn't get any. Couldn't wait long enough. He had receivers running long patterns, and it's a loss of 4.
Number 75,
It'll be
James
3rd down.
Leota. Loss of 4 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 11 for Mountain Crest.
2 out of 3 on 3rd down for the Mustangs. Let's see if the Mustangs run a play. There's 15 seconds left in the quarter. Yeah, they're going to run a play, and here comes everybody again. Everybody up in the box. Downfield they go looking, and it's picked. Knocked up in the air, and Reed Johnson's heading the other way. Johnson with blockers as he cuts back all the way across the field and returns this one for a touchdown. 60 yards.
Benson's pass is
And that's the end of the first quarter. Let's see if they kick the PAT before they take the break. On the last play of the third quarter on 3rd and 12, Benson tries to fit it into Terrell Lee. It's knocked away and up in the air, and on the tip drill, it's returned for a touchdown by the Skyhawks. And Butler set for the PAT. And they blow it dead.
Number 5, Bruce Butler.
So
False start against the Skyhawks.
false start, and the Skyhawks will have to kick it from a little deeper. Disastrous start from Mountain Crest. They give up a big kick return the first play of the game. Defensively, they bowed their necks and only gave up 3 points. But then they gave up a 90-yard drive that ended in a touchdown, and then they just turned it over on a big pick six. PAT is good. It's 17-0 as we head to the second quarter in Hyrum. Salem Hills leads Mountain Crest.
Because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
Ridgeline leads Pineview 21-14 at the half. Bear River leads Juan Diego 13-7. That one late in the first quarter. And Mountain Crest back on the field, now trailing 17-0. 3 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. I believe it's Veeder in the backfield with Benson. Veeder's going to leave the backfield. They're going to find him on the little swing, and Benson threw it inside, and Veeder was looking outside. He had that edge. He beat the linebacker out there. And if he catches that on the run, he probably picks up good yardage. But it didn't happen, and it's second and 10.
Pressure from the defensive line by number 50, Grant Barnett. 2nd and 10, Mustangs.
So the Mustangs are looking at 2nd and 10. Now Jackson joins Benson and Veeder in the backfield. And that pistol look. Here comes the linebacker. Benson's going to keep it. He fakes the give and keeps on that option. And then he hits the ground hard. He picks up 5 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and a manageable 5.
Gain of 5 brings up a 3rd and 5.
It's Benson's 5th carry for 9 yards now. Been sacked twice. -10 and -4. Two of 5 on 3rd downs for the Mustangs. Here comes everybody. Benson's got a man over the middle, and there's some holding going on. Leota had his arms around. Here's the flag. There you go.
Benson's pass intended.
Leota kind of bit on the move, and he did what A lot of defensive backs do when a guy runs by him. You reach out and grab because 15 is better than 6. 15 yards is better than a 6 point on a touchdown, and the back judge saw it, couldn't get to his flag, and finally got it out of there. And it's going to be a first down for the Mustangs.
A first down for the Mustangs. All be spotted on their own 40-yard line.
So 2 penalties, 3 penalties on Salem Hills. The Mountain Crest hasn't been rung up yet, so the Mustangs convert on a penalty. So now they're 3 of 6 on third down, and they keep moving. Need some offensive success to the Mustangs. Here's the give to Veeder. He kind of slipped, it looked like, as he was making his cut. He put his foot down and kind of slipped down and ends up losing a yard.
Number 77, Isaiah Jones.
Isaiah Jones, the first one there, 6'4", 225 pounds. Number 77. You can see him there at the end of the line. Terrell Lee to the near side. 2 receivers as they tighten things up. Here's the give to Veeder, and Veeder can't find the opening. Salem Hills is given 0 respect downfield. They are just coming up and filling the gaps and keeping guys up in the box. They're loading up that box. The run's going nowhere, and they are attacking. We'll see if Mountain Crest maybe see if they try something in the screen game or something like that. If you do that, you still need to be able to keep the defense off your quarterback long enough for that to happen. And see again, everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And downfield, Benson gets rid of it. But Lopez turned late, and it goes incomplete.
Lopez, Reed Johnson on the coverage.
And the Mustangs will have to punt. Lopez turned, and Benson had already thrown it. Lopez was trying to get to the sticks. And the Mustangs will punt it away. Gleiser's punt high and fielded back at the 25-yard line. There's a block in the back. Not called. It's only a short return by Johnson.
Pushed out of bounds by number 7, Tony Lopez.
You see that a lot early in the season as well. The special teams needing a little bit of work. Maybe it was called because now they're backing up. It was called. They're backing Salem Hills up. That's what I'm talking about. You know, that's a play that the guy blocking just, I mean, he's out there in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody but him and the defender, and he puts both hands in his back and pushes him. Well, that's one of those things, these early season games that try to clean up. But things looking pretty good for Salem Hills in the early going. 9:30 to play in the first half. They lead 17-0. Their offense is back out on the field. Elmer's been able to stand back and just sling it around. Mountain Crest hasn't gotten any pressure on him with the pass rush yet. Here's a handoff and a gain of 3.
Elmer hands the ball off to 21.
To Leota.
Made by number 6, Emilio Veeder. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Leota's got 4 carries for 20 yards, including a 14-yard touchdown. He went -1, 14. He's got 15 yards, not 20. 4 carries for 15 yards. -1, -1, 14, and 3. Elmer with time, the out pattern and off the hands of Johnny Draper.
Pass to number 3, Johnny Draper, falls incomplete. Coverage by number 2, Terrell Lee. Brings up a third.
Lee put a pop on him, and for Elmer, that's his first incompletion. Salem Hills is 0 for 1 on third down. They haven't needed third down. And it's 3rd and 8. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. And Leota in the backfield with Elmer. Elmer unloads. Far side, he's got his man. That ball hung up there forever, and nobody could close on it in time. On Austin Hallows, hauls it down for an 18-yard gain on 3rd and 8. First down, Salem Hills.
Not until the gain is made, bringing up a first down for Salem Hills.
2 catches, 24 yards for Hallows. And Elmer's 5 of 6 for 103 yards. Eight minutes to play in the first half. Clock runs. And the Skyhawks keep it moving. Leota hit at the line of scrimmage, keeps churning and picks up positive yardage. Brought down by Ty Wells.
Tackles made by number 9, Terrell Lee, and 30, Ty Wells, and number 30,
Stockton Nielsen was in there as well. He called Stockton Nielsen's name a few times. Leota with 4 yards on the carry. Skyridge runs that spread look, but they huddle up. And take their time in the huddle. Scott Brumfield, the offensive coordinator, has got him humming tonight. Elmer fires incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver.
Elmer's pass intended for number 17.
That was Trayson Zobel, the sophomore. Elmer had some juice on that one and right through his hands. He had sat down right in the middle of all those defenders and would have had a first down. But now it's 3rd and 6. Here comes the blitz. They're running a screen, and that's what you do when there's pressure coming. Leota's got blockers and running room. Leota still in bounds as he tiptoes down the sideline. They're going to say he's out at the 29.
Elmer dumps the ball off on a short screen pass.
27 yards.
Number 21, Leota, tackle made by Preston Lofthouse. Ball is carried down to the 29-yard line of the Mustangs, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Mustangs were bringing heat. Salem Hills guessed right and caught him in the blitz. And now the Mustangs want a timeout. They need a timeout. Trailing 17-0 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. And Salem Hills is on the march again. They've just done pretty much whatever they've wanted on the offensive side. Salem Hills is putting on a clinic out there. Checking to see about any other local scores. Skyview leading Stansbury 21-0. That one was in the first quarter. Ridgeline, as we mentioned at the half, leading Pineview 21-14. Pineview always a good team. They usually put up a lot of points. Gary Croton, the offensive coordinator down there, is boy, he was the quarterback the last couple of years. I think he's graduated now. Bear River 13-7 still over Juan Diego. No change in that one. Green Canyon trails Tooele 7-0 in the early going. So after the timeout, Salem Hills has it 1st and 10 on the Mountain Crest 29-yard line. And if Salem Hills punches it in here, it's awfully early to say, but it could be the ball game because defensively they've stymied Mountain Crest. Elmer, a lot of time, unloads, wide open, touchdown. Johnny Draper running free. And Elmer had all day to throw it, and he put it right on him. 29 yards and a touchdown. Draper with his 3rd catch. 73 yards on 3 catches and a touchdown for Draper. And the first touchdown pass for Elmer. He's 7 of 9, 159 yards. And the touchdown. Kicks up and good. It's 24-0. Salem Hills over Mountain Crest. 6:53 to play in the half. On their first possession, they had a good drive going, did Mountain Crest, and then they took a big sack, and that killed it. They took a 10-yard sack, and that killed the drive. And Salem Hills has put 24 unanswered on them. The Skyhawks, I keep wanting to call them Sky Ridge. If I say Sky Ridge, now you'll know why. Keep wanting to say Sky Ridge, but it's now maybe I've said it. I got it out of my system. How's that? It's the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Jackson in at the fullback. They're going to give it to Veeder. And the Mustangs are going to try to flex their muscles a little, run the football and settle down their offense a little bit. It's 3 yards for Veeder. I mentioned earlier, Salem Hills has got their linebackers up. Everybody is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. They're all up in the box. And they're bringing extra guys most downs. They've got those backers playing up close. Ball's over Benson's head. He muffs the snap, grabs it and gets down. And it's 3rd and long.
Willie Leota, first one to the ball.
10-yard loss.
8 on the play will bring up a 3rd and 15.
Now let's look at that again. Well, it's a loss of 8. Mountain Crest is 3 of 7 on 3rd down, and it's 3rd and 15. A long 15. Benson throws underneath, got Lopez. Lopez hit immediately. Down he goes. He picks up 2.
Completed to number 7, Tony Lopez. Hit immediately by number 21, Willie.
So Leiser will have to come on and punt again.
Brings up a 4th and 13 for the Mustangs. On to punt for Mountain Crest, number 82.
And Salem Hills should have a short field once again.
Back to return, number 21.
Leota and Johnson back to return.
And number 1, Reed Johnson.
So Leiser back there and punts from his 5-yard line. A short, low kick. Leota picks it up on the run. Makes guys miss. Turns a corner. He's got blockers. Look out. Leota setting up blocks, and he's finally walloped out of bounds, but not until he's down at the 14-yard line. A low kick, a line drive kick. Leota had plenty of time before the coverage team could get down there. And this first half just can't get over fast enough for the Mustangs. They're just having trouble in all phases right now. And give a lot of credit to Salem Hills. They were one of the top 5A teams last year. And they're looking pretty good to start. They were the #1 seed in the playoffs last year. And they've got most of their offense back and most of their defense back. Two by two for Salem Hills now, and they call a timeout. They want to talk about this one a little bit with 4:37 to play in the first half. And 1st and 10 at the Mustang 14-yard line. Salem Hills been around for 12 years. They're 65 and 67 in those 12 years. 9 playoff appearances, a 4-9 playoff record. Mountain Crest, 37 years. 3 state titles, 13 region titles. But the last time they won a region title was 2012. It's been 8 years. That's a big drought. And this has been a tough region. 28 playoff appearances. They're 48 and 25 overall. They've been to the title game 7 times. They've won it 3 times. The most played rivalry for the Mountain Crest Mustangs is the Skyview Bobcats. They played 39 games against Skyview. They're 23 and 16 against the Bobcats. They were picked 4th in the coaches poll in Region 11. Elmer's going to keep. Got room up the middle, and he's down near the 5-yard line. They're going to say hit the ground at the 7, so it's a gain of 8. Elmer carries it on purpose for the first time. He's been flushed a couple of times and run the ball. But he watched the end, and the end came upfield, faked the give, and took it down inside the 10-yard line to the 7. Elmer's going to hand it off to Leota. Leota looking for the end zone. He stopped at the 2. There's a flag in the backfield. And it's a hold on Salem Hills. That's one thing Salem Hills has not done well tonight. That's avoid penalties. That's their 4th for 40 yards.
Holding against the Skyhawks, that'll be 10 yards from the spot of the
So that's going to back that up to about the 19.
Ball is placed at the Mustang 19-yard line.
Or it'll be second.
Be second and
about
16.
14. .340 to play in the first half. 24-0 Salem Hills. A field goal to open the scoring. A 90-yard touchdown drive on their next possession. A pick 6. And then a long touchdown pass. And here's Elmer. This time he's under pressure. Hit as he throws. And it's Veeder saying welcome to Hyrum. And it'll be 3rd and long. Veeder came off the edge. Elmer was drifting away from him. And Veeder hit him just as he got rid of it. It's 3rd down. 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. Check that, 3 of 4, because the last time was a touchdown. 3 wide receivers to the far side. 1 to this near side. Let's see if the Mustangs bring a little heat on 3rd and long. Elmer reaches down for it. Looking over the middle again, and he's just wide of his target. Joseph Rohrbaugh, it's a couple of big tight ends. Rohrbaugh is 6'6", 210, and Johnson is 6'4", 235.
Isaiah Jackson on the coverage. Brings up a 4th and 16.
So Butler will come on to attempt a field goal of 36 yards. Not quite down the middle. He's shaded just inside that right hash. Boy, a lot of penetration up the middle, but they don't get there, and Butler puts it over the crossbars for 3 more. 27-0. Salem Hills with 3:18 to play in the half.
Hi guys, Valley. This is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Kicking off for Salem Hills, number 5, Bruce Butler.
Veter's been on the field a lot, and so is Jackson, offensively and defensively. They're not the only ones. There's other Crest players that go both ways. They're putting in some time tonight. They're going to be tired after this one. It's warm. And when you're down 27-0, you get tired a lot faster. Give to Veter right up the middle. 2 yards. Four carries for 2 yards for Veter. Benson's got 6 for 1. He's been sacked 3 times. Oswald 3 for 7. Lefevre 1 for 3. Mountain Crest hasn't been able to get the run game or the pass game going, as Benson is 3 of 7, 19 yards and an interception. Work in progress for the Mustangs offensively still. Benson's going to keep it. He's hit just as he pulls the ball out. The end came upfield and no one blocked him. He came upfield untouched. So he pulled. He's looking. You put the ball in the basket there for the running back, and you're watching that end. And if the end crashes down, as a quarterback, you pull the ball out and you take it around the edge. If he comes upfield, then he can hand it off and they cut in underneath him. But that time he put the ball in the basket, decided to keep it. As soon as he pulled it, that end, he kind of came upfield, but nobody put a paw on him, and he just was waiting. As soon as he pulled the ball out. So Mountain Crest still has some work to do. Salem Hills has looked sharp. And talking with Coach Lee before the game, you know, they lose Hutchinson, they lose Folger, and they lose a couple other guys to injuries, and you know they've had to kind of do a next man up type of thing. And one player he did mention was Stockton Nielsen, and he was right. We've called his number a lot today as a linebacker. So Nielsen and Veter and Jackson, solid linebackers again for the Mustangs, but they haven't been able to find a pass rush, and they haven't been able to keep the pass rush off of Benson. And it's 3rd and 11. Now Benson's got time. Rolls out, throws it out of bounds. But you could see on that one that he never was comfortable in the pocket. He never set up his feet right. He's been hit and under pressure, and that time he had a pretty good pocket going, and he bailed out in a hurry. And that's what happens when you've been popped a few times. That's what they'll work on.
Back to receive for Salem Hills, number 1, Reed Johnson, and number 20.
Quarterback needs to trust those guys up front. Those guys up front need to give your quarterbacks something to trust. It's all part of the process. This kick kind of hangs, and Leota takes it on the run. Stepping through tackles, back inside, and this whole first half has been played on the Mountain Crest side of the field by Salem Hills. And here they are starting on the Mountain Crest 20-yard line again with 1:52 to play in the first half. They put another touchdown on the board. We got a running clock in the second half.
Ball be spotted at the Mountain Crest.
Tough first half for the Mustangs.
Skyhawks.
Jared Elmer and this Skyhawks offense has to be just as confident as can be. Elmer's got Leota in the backfield with him. He's going to throw. Chased out of the pocket. On the move and pulled down by Jackson, and they're going to get Jackson for a face mask. Two flags came in. Jackson got it. Jackson popped him good, and then as he came through, he must have got a hold of his face mask. That's certainly what it looked like from here. I'm a long way away, and there was two refs right on top of it. And the Mustangs had their first sack of the game, and it's probably going to be wiped out by their first penalty of the game. And that's going to take the 15 yards down into about the 10-yard line, the 11. Let's see. No, they threw their flags back closer to the 22, 23, or excuse me, 20, 27, 28-yard line, I guess. So now it's first down. Inside the 15. Clock runs with 1:35 to play in this first half. Elmer over the middle, touchdown. They've just beat up the middle of this Mountain Crest defense, the deep middle. Reed Johnson hauls it in for a 13-yard strike.
Coverage was by Terrell Lee. Play results in a 20-yard touchdown. Skyhawks.
That's two touchdowns now for Elmer. And Johnson's first catch of the game, his second touchdown. One offensively, one defensively. Elmer's now got 8 of 12, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns. PAT is up and good. It's 34-0, 1:21 to play in this first half. Mustangs get the ball when we come back.
Introducing Wendy's Big Bacon Classic with fresh, never frozen beef and hot, crispy bacon. If you're not getting your bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's, what are you getting? Get the Big Bacon Classic now on Wendy's Made to Crave menu.
Tough first half for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. Eric Olson along with you on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Mountain Crest trails 34-0. Just can't get anything going. And I think you can lay a lot of that squarely at the feet of a Salem Hills team that looks like they're very good. Mountain Crest has done a few things to kind of shoot themselves in the foot, but mostly the things that have happened to them have been because Salem Hills has been really good. Salem Hills team, as we mentioned earlier, that was the number one RPI seed in the playoffs last year in 5A, returning 11 starters between offense and defense. Mountain Crest just trying to get anything going. They've had a couple of drives that started okay, but then you take a sack, and they've thrown an interception, was returned for a touchdown. Veeder keeps this time, and see that one. You got your quarterback and your running back on different pages. Your quarterback's trying to pull the ball. and your running back saying, no, I'm keeping.
Skyhawks defenders.
And then you're dancing around in the backfield and you end up gaining nothing. So they're still trying to get that ironed out here at Mountain Crest as we're under a minute to play here in this first half. It's 2nd down and 10. The Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half. It's been press man coverage on the edges most of this first half. See, they do it again. This time Benson keeps it, and boy, he's walloped. But he had a hard time pulling that one back from Veter again. He gains 3 yards, and he took a shot.
Tackle made by number 16, Jed Hughes.
Now it's 3rd and 7.
And a 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs.
See if Mountain Crest runs a play or just lets the half go. I think they're going to run a play. There's 7 seconds. They're going to run the pitch to Lefevre, and Lefevre loses 2, and that's the end of the first half, and it can't end fast enough for Mountain Crest. Tough first half for the Mustangs. Everything going Salem Hills' way in the first. 34-0 Salem Hills as we head to the half.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low, and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
Mountain Crest will get the ball to start the second half as Salem Hills kicks it out of the end zone, and the Mustangs will start on their own 20-yard line. Mountain Crest, 13 yards rushing, 19 yards passing, 32 total yards in that first half. Salem Hills with 24 yards on the ground, 172 in the air, 196 total yards, a touchdown rushing, 2 touchdowns passing, and 1 defensively. Got some other scores we'll give to you here in just a minute as Veter splits wide to the right. He's at the bottom of your screen there by the 20-yard line. And Benson's going to look for it. They're going for that matchup, and Veter catches it at the 41-yard line, 21 yards on a little back shoulder comeback throw.
Coverage by number 11, Tam Rogers. 22-yard completion by Mustangs.
Veter's first catch of the game. And now Benson's 4 of 9 for 40 yards. Put that one right where it needed to be. He was under a lot of pressure in that first half, got sacked 3 times. He's getting kind of some happy feet toward this end of the half. And they bring him out and they throw it downfield and get a completion, maybe get his confidence level back up. See if the Mustangs can make some noise. Here comes an extra linebacker and they get to him. They take him down for a 2-yard loss, their 4th sack of the game.
Loses 2.
They're bringing extra rushers almost every time Mountain Crest goes back to pass. Benson 9 carries, 1 yard, sacked 4 times. He's got Oswald in the backfield with him. And 2 by 2 for the receivers. 34-0 Salem Hills. Here comes the heat. Benson steps in, steps forward, and delivers a strike to Wells, Avery Wells. A pickup of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Mountain Crest is 3 of 11 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 8. Oh, Benson stepped forward, and he had some room to run, and then he kind of tripped.
Benson brought down.
And the linebacker had kind of fallen down. Grant Barney, he was actually the defensive end, and that gave Barney time to get up and make sure that Benson couldn't get any more. A loss of 4. And the Mustangs will have to kick it away again.
Back to return, number 21, Willie.
5 sacks
Leota,
for Salem Hills. Leiser another. Line drive kick, but nowhere to go for Leota now as they swarm him. Oh, he gets away. 4 guys had a shot at him, and he just kept going. He spins out near the 50-yard line. Are you kidding me? He just would not go down. 4 Mustangs had their hands on him, and they couldn't pull him down. As he returns it out to the 50-yard line, the 49 of Mountain Crest, and once again, Salem Hills starts in Mountain Crest territory. They played the whole first half on the Mountain Crest side of the 50. 8 of 12 for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns for Jared Elmer in that first half. $17 points in each quarter for Salem Hills. And with 9:04 to play in the 3rd, they're starting on the Mountain Crest side of the 50. They needed a running back. Now they've got one. And Elmer's going to throw the ball. And they're going deep. He's got a man. Elmer puts it on him, but it's knocked away. I don't know if it popped out of his hands or if it was knocked away by the defender. Either way, it's incomplete. Once again, Elmer had time for a deep pattern. Mountain Crest defensively just hasn't been able to get pressure on Jared Elmer. He's got a pretty good size offensive line up there in front of him, and Mountain Crest defensively not big. I mean, James Carden Leota, he's 6'3", 285. He's the right guard, the left guard. Got some big linemen. Elmer's going to keep it this time, and down he goes. Loss of 3. It's 3rd and 13.
Number 44, Avery Wells making the tackle on the handoff.
3 of 5 on 3rd downs in that first half for Salem Hills. And they look at 3rd and long. On their own 48-yard line, they need the 39 of Mountain Crest. Elmer in trouble, steps up, delivers wide, and here's a late flag.
Elmer's pass intended for
As the receiver was bumped, it looked like it was Reed Johnson. He was bumped early, and it's going to be a first down on 3rd and 13. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for Salem Hills. Mountain Crest 3rd penalty of the night. Well, that's 1+ for the Mustangs. They haven't given up a lot of penalties. Eight minutes to play in this 3rd quarter, and it's been all Salem Hills, 34-0. Mountain Crest got a little bit of a drive going to start this second half, and a couple of sacks. And they had to punt it away. And a great kick return by Leota. And here's Salem Hills looking to put it in scoring position again. There's Leota with 2 yards. 6 carries for 21 yards for Leota.
Willie Leota up the middle, tackled by Elijah Jackson. Gain of 2 for the 2nd and 8.
Elijah Jackson brought him down.
35.
Jackson, Veeder, and Stockton Nielsen, those linebackers. We called all 3 of their numbers a lot tonight. I think we will all season long. Veeder plays outside. In fact, he's out in pass coverage to this near side now. Nielsen and Jackson play inside. And Salem Hills is going to have to take a timeout. They took a long time getting that play in. 2nd down and 8, but now a 2-minute timeout. Gives us time to mention what's going on and around the region. Ridgeline is playing Pineview. They were supposed to play at Pineview. Because of COVID and all the other things we've had to do, they wanted to move that game closer so both teams could, you know, the Cache County teams didn't want to have them staying overnight. So they are playing that at Westlake, which is down in the Saratoga Springs area. 42-38 Ridgeline leading Pineview in the 4th quarter. Caden Cox, from what I understand, with 4 touchdown passes in that one. Defensively, a touchdown as well for Ridgeline. Bear River leads Juan Diego at the half. That's at Juan Diego, 20-7. Late in the 2nd quarter, last score we had, Green Canyon was leading Tooele 13-6. And Logan, with a new defense, is pitching a shutout against Provo, 0-0 at the half. Provo beat them 46-7 last year. And Skyview all over Stansbury at halftime, 35-7. That one's at Skyview. 2nd and 8. Elmer standing in, looking across the middle, and he's a little too tall for Johnson. There's a flag downfield, and there's a Sky Ridge player down and not getting up. There's a flag at about the 38-yard line, right in the middle of the field, and a Sky Ridge player that is down. And he was hitting the ground like he was not feeling well. And they're going to send teams to the sidelines. Well, they have the injury, just over 7 minutes to play. Let's see what the flag is. It was going to be 3rd and 8. But that's downfield, like we might have a defensive hold. You know what, we're going to take a quick break. 7:09 to play in the 3rd, 34-0 Salem Hills. Get the number of the injured Salem Hills player. They've got those silver on white jerseys. The light kind of reflects off them, and kind of hard to see from across the way here. Not sure who it was. It looked like it might have been Joseph Rohrbaugh, the tight end, number 12. But not sure. After the Mountain Crest penalty, it's 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here's a give right up the middle, lots of room. And it's going to be a 1st and goal situation for Salem Hills. Jackson Raymer with his first carry. He picks up 11 yards. Well, 10, right down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And now we got a stopped clock again. We got another Salem Hills player down, and this looks like it might be a cramp. On the far sideline, you can see the Salem Hills team doc out there, and he's got the player's leg up in the air. I wonder if we got a cramp out there about the 20-yard line. So back-to-back plays with back-to-back injuries. It's been a warm night. That looks like that's what that was a cramp. The last one looked like a little bit more than a cramp. The player did get up and make his way off the field under his own power. Now the officials are going to make it ready for play again. Mountain Crest once again defensively with their back against the wall. Another drive that started for Salem Hills in Mountain Crest territory. This started at the Mountain Crest 49. Salem Hills looking to slam the door shut on this ball game, already leading 34-0 with under 7 minutes to play in the third. Elmer, straight back, looks to the edge, down goes the receiver. He's tripped on his own, says the official, as the pass goes incomplete. No flags. The receiver looks over at the official looks right at him and waves incomplete. 8 of 14 now for Elmer. He hasn't completed a pass here in this second half, but he's only thrown 2.
Number 11, Noah Fletcher on the coverage.
Deegan Anderson hustles off for Mountain Crest. And it's 2nd and goal. Hallows, the lone receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side. And Elmer's going to throw again. Looking for Hallows. Incomplete. Looking at that fade to that corner of the end zone. Pretty good pass, and Hallows had to reach out for it. The coverage was right there. It would have had to have been a perfect pass and a great catch. Looked like it was Noah Fletcher who had the coverage there. He's a returner. He played last year for this defense. Third and goal. They're looking for that same, this a little dig comeback. And Fletcher just got a flag. So they're looking for the comeback to Hallows. And then as they were going to get up, they were kind of tangled up, and Fletcher kind of pushed Hallows down. The official, this near side on the sideline, looked at it and decided not to throw his flag, and the back judge did throw the flag. Coach Jason Lee's going out there wondering about it.
There's a little extracurricular activity. The flag is down.
And on third down, instead of getting off the field, we got a personal foul on Mountain Crest. And so it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5. So they keep picking on Fletcher, and Fletcher and Hallows were kind of tangled up a little bit with each other. Kind of hanging on to each other, and Fletcher kind of pushed him down as he went to get up. And again, the official closest to it didn't throw a flag. He just kind of looked at them both and started walking over. But that back judge back by the goalposts, he saw it and threw the flag. Instead of getting off the field or maybe a field goal try, the Mustang defense now has to defend 15 feet. You just can't do that. Like, even if you're I think it may stay 4th down. I don't know if it's an automatic 1st down. They're trying to figure something out down there. And I think it is going to stay 4th down because they couldn't get a 1st down.
Stand corrected, it is.
So Butler on to try to make it 37-0. If he does, then it'll be a running clock until Mountain Crest can get it down under a 21-point deficit. And they block it. Ball's still free. Mountain Crest has been real close all night, and they finally got to one. So a little bit of something for their defense now. Not the first time all night Mountain Crest has made a stop defensively. Mustang offense will take the field with 6:28 to play in the third. Mountain Crest gives up 44 yards on the drive, but doesn't give up any points. They've been close to blocking a kick all night, and they finally got to one. See if Benson can get this offense moving. He's going to fake the give, step forward, try to spin out of a tackle and lose 2 yards. I am sure that Zeb Benson feels like Salem Hills has 20 guys out there on the field. The defense comes after him. He steps up. And you think, oh, I've stepped up, and they've all gone past me, and then there's 2 more guys.
The Mustangs as the ball is spotted on their own 16.
A loss of 2. Terrell Lee and Avery Wells come off. Benson up under center now. He's going to fake the give and roll. Looks underneath, he's got Jackson. Jackson out across the 20 to the near to 25-yard line.
Zeb Benson on the bootleg pass dumps the ball out to number 33.
9 yards, and it's 3rd and 1.
Runs around the right edge. Tackled by
That's the
number
play I think they were
18,
trying
Johnson.
on their first possession. That looks exactly like what they were trying on their first possession. They had it rolling, and it just took too long, and they couldn't protect Benson, and he got sacked, and that stopped the drive. Here's motion for Jackson on 3rd and 1. Trying to see if they can get Salem Hills to jump off sides. And Mountain Crest is going to take a timeout. Salem Hills showing good discipline as Mountain Crest was seeing if they could get a cheap one and get the Skyhawks off sides and get the first down. Skyview leading Stansbury 35-14 with about 7 minutes left in the third quarter in that one. Logan leads Provo in the third, 7-0. Logan playing some defense. Just started the second half about 15 minutes ago in Skyview. It's 35-7, that one still. Skyview leading Stansbury. And now our update is at the end of 3. Logan and Provo tied at 7. An interception return. Here's that play on 3rd and 1, and it's a first down. Mountain Crest celebrates. It's their first down in a bit.
First down.
They are 4 of 13 on 3rd down.
We have an injury timeout on the field.
Boy, another injury, another Salem Hills player with cramps. Look at a Mountain Crest's remaining schedule. They have Salem Hills tonight. Next week they're at Wasatch up in Heber City. At Bonneville, Idaho. Now that game may not be played because Idaho's not playing games from what I understand, especially, but you know, we'll see what happens with that one. Then they're at Bonneville of Utah down in Washington Terrace. Then they start region play at Logan, at home against Green Canyon, at Skyview, at home against Bear River, at home against Ridgeline, and at home against Hillcrest in that UEA week, and let's hope that they get all those games in. We'll have the Mountain Crest at Skyview game for you here on the Valley Channel, as well as the Ridgeline at Mountain Crest game. That's the Battle of Brothers. 1st and 10, Mountain Crest after the first down. Little misdirection. And running free is Oswald out near a first down.
Tackle eventually made by number 1, Reed Johnson.
9 yards for Oswald. He's got 5 carries for 20 yards. That defense of Salem Hills has been so aggressive. And they've tried to go, back against the grain a couple of times. They haven't been able to have the timing there. We haven't seen them run any screens or anything yet, speaking of Mountain Crest. But that time they went one way and countered back the other, and Oswald picked up 9 yards. Filling all the gaps. They're going to run that same little edge pass again, and Benson looking for some running room as no receiver was there. He's got a first down.
Zeb Benson scrambling.
4 yards for Zeb Benson.
Comes around the right side.
12 carries, -1 yard. He's been
Gain of 4 on the play.
stopped behind the line of scrimmage 5 times tonight.
That's enough. That's enough for a
That time he
Mustang
picks up
first
positive
down.
yardage and a first down. Lefevre comes to this near side. Now there's 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. They're going to give it up inside to Veeder. Veeder picks up 3. 6 carries, 5 yards for Veeder.
Powers his way for a tough 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the Mustang 46-yard line.
His first 2 carries, he was -1 and -2, and then he's been 3, 2, 0, and 3. Speaking of Veeder. Mountain Crest, even though they're down big, they're staying with what they are and who they are. Keep working on that run game. Benson. Surveys, doesn't see anything he likes, and loses 2 yards. Down he goes again.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up a 3rd and 9.
He's looking for a quick hit, but his first read's not there. And then when that first read's not there, he's just trying to climb out of that pocket. His receivers are just not getting separation. This time he looks downfield, he's got his man, and he throws it over his head. He was real close to the line of scrimmage. He had a man wide open,
Scrambles and dumps the ball out.
right at the sticks.
Number 28, Joel Mortensen.
And it was just over the head of Joel Mortensen. And it's 4th down.
Number 82, Travis Leisure on the punt for the Mustangs.
They've been playing press coverage as Salem Hills, and his receivers are just not, they're not, I've watched a few times, they're not even getting off the line. Salem Hills has really played well on that press. Leeser, another short kick. This time he kicks it away from the returners, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And this is about the worst field position Salem Hills has had since the 2nd quarter, and it's on the 38-yard line. With 1:48 to play in this 3rd quarter, and Salem Hills leading 34-0. Stansbury closing the gap on Skyview, 35-20 in that ball game. Green Canyon scored twice in the final minute 57 of the first half, took a 20-13 halftime lead into the locker room over Tooele. Elmer gives it off. No gain.
Bruce Butler, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Elijah Jackson.
Let's see what the number of that player is, but it was no gain.
Jackson, number 9, Kobe Carter, the ball carrier. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Ball's placed on the 38-yard line, Salem Hills.
Salem Hills hasn't slowed things down. They're still putting the ball up in the air. That was a rare run. 11 rushing plays in this game. Elmer over the middle, has a man. Ball at midfield.
Elmer's pass completed to number 17.
Zobel
Zoda on the dig route.
with his first catch of the night.
Ball's advanced to the 50.
Picks up about 12.
Skyhawk first down.
And finally, a reception or a completed pass for Elmer here in this third quarter with 34 seconds left. That's his first completed pass of this second half. Gain of 5 on first down. The Salem Hills now trying to maybe pound it a little bit as Kobe Carter picks up 5. That's the end of the third quarter. 34-0 Salem Hills in a scoreless third quarter. We head to the fourth in Hyrum. Start the fourth quarter here in Hyrum. Neither team scoring there in the third. It's 34-0 Salem Hills still. But Salem Hills has it 2nd and 5 at the Mountain Crest 45. Elmer with the give straight up the middle. No gain.
Number 44, the ball carrier for Salem Hills, Jackson Raymer. Stopped immediately for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Raymer. No gain. So it's 3rd and 5. Mountain Crest has been stout against the run all night. They gave up one 14-yard burst right up the middle. They've given up a 14-yard run and an 11-yard run. Everything else has just been nickel and dime. But they've given up 185 yards in the air. Elmer gets rid of it in a hurry right at the sticks. The receiver hauls it in. Let's see where they spot it. 6 yards and a first down.
Elmer's pass completed on the quick out to Jed Hughes. Tackle immediately by number 2, Terrell Lee.
Coach Lee's out on the field. Wants a timeout. He's barking at that white hat about something. Not sure what, but Mountain Crest
We have a timeout on the field.
doesn't have many timeouts left.
Fans, at the conclusion of the game, we ask that no spectators go onto the track or the playing field. Please stay outside of the fence. Thank you. Mountain Crest would like to thank their bronze sponsors, Capsa, Child and Family Eye Care, Bio West, New Horizons Beauty College, Kennington Epic Sports Cards, Propel Trampolines, Pepsi Company, America First Credit Union, Above the Best Leadership, Baldwin Family Dental, Bank of Utah.
Looked like maybe
Lion Rock Realty, the Thompson
he had
Ortho
a
Group,
Mustang
Second
player
Sun
that was
Solar, Heritage
a little
Arts,
dinged that
Cypress
came
Foods,
off.
and ATG. We
Now
thank
we're
our
back.
broad sponsors.
And Salem Hills has a 1st and 10 on the Mountain Crest 39. Leading 34-0. Elmer hands it off. A hard 3 yards for Raymer.
Ball's handed off to number 44, Jackson Raymer. Elijah Jackson.
3 carries for 14 yards for
Gain
Raymer.
of 4 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 6.
And Salem Hills is
Placed at the Mountain Crest 36-yard line.
kind of taking their foot off the pedal a little bit. They've run it a lot more here in this 4th quarter, in this possession in the 4th quarter. Mountain Crest creeping up, see if they go over top, up top. Well, they hand it off again. This time a gain of a yard.
Jackson Raymer again, the ball carrier. Tackles made by number 72, Martin Vasquez, and 33, Elijah Jackson.
Raymer 1 yard, and it's
Bring up a 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
For the Mustangs. For Salem Hills.
Six of 8 on 3rd down for Salem Hills. Elmer looking to throw.
False start.
A false start penalty called on Salem Hills before he can do so. 5th penalty of the night for the Skyhawks.
5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down, will be a 3rd and 12.
And now it's 3rd and 11. With under 9.5 to play in this ball game. Really not much suspense in this one. Since late in the 2nd quarter. It was 17-0 at the end of 1. And Salem Hills put 17 more on Mountain Crest in the 2nd. Mustangs made some defensive stops in the 3rd. And they're trying to make another one here. Elmer has his man, 1st down.
Elmer's pass completed to number 41 on the stick route.
Brinkerhoff.
Justin Brinkerhoff hauls it in, makes the line to go, brings up a 1st down for Salem Hills.
Brinkerhoff needed 11, he got 12.
Crest 28-yard line.
And that puts Elmer over 200 yards for the night. 11 of 18 for 203. Another score means the clock keeps running for the rest of this quarter. It looked like that might happen in the 3rd, but then Mountain Crest blocked a field goal attempt. Elmer hands it off to Raymer. He's into the secondary. Down to the 20-yard line.
Jackson Raymer takes
A
the
gain
ball
of 8.
on the inside track, around the left side of center. Tackle made by
So he's
number 2,
real
Terrell
close to the
Lee, number 5, Preston
sticks, but he's
linebacker.
just about half a yard short.
Gain of 9 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 1.
It'll be 2nd and 1.
Ball spotted just inside the Mountain Crest 20-yard line.
Another whistle. Somebody moving early again for Salem Hills. That's 6 penalties. 6 penalties for 50 yards against Salem Hills. 203 yards through the air so far for them. Let's see, 44, 51 yards on the ground. Mountain Crest, on the other hand, has 23 yards rushing and 54 yards passing. Elmer on second down has his man at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and a yard, a gain of 4.
To number 26, Peyton Fish, brought down immediately by Nick Lefevre.
Lefevre on the tackle, and we're under 7 minutes to play.
Will be 3rd and 3.
Now they're going to say he was down at the 21. It looked like they were going to spot him just inside the 20, just short of the first down, but it's going to be 3rd and 2. 6 of 9 on 3rd downs tonight for Salem Hills. Looks like they're coming off the edge. Here they come. Elmer steps in there and delivers a strike. 1st down. 4 yards. And a new set of downs. And 7 of 10 on 3rd down for Salem Hills. And the drive stays alive and the clock keeps running. Salem Hills chewing up a lot of clock on this drive. Trying to just put this game away and get on the bus and head back for the south end of Utah County. Here's a handoff and a hard run, 11 yards. 1st and goal, Salem Hills. Didn't see who it was. Raymer's been in there this whole 4th quarter. And I believe that was him. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Elmer's going to throw it. Looking to this near side. And it's broken up.
Pass intended for 42, broken up by number 5.
Mountain Crest not going to concede anything. Preston Lofthouse, there's a name synonymous with Mountain Crest sports, especially football and wrestling. Second and goal. Here's the give right up the middle. And stops short of the goal line. And brings up 3rd and goal.
Number 9, the ball carrier, Toby Carter, bounces all around
Carter.
the left side, gets down to the 3-yard line.
3 carries, 9 yards. And it's 3rd and goal at the 3. 4.5 to play. 2 backs with Elmer in the backfield. Gonna hand it off. And this one's gonna lose yards, big yards.
Number 9, Toby Carter, ball carrier.
Loss of 8.
Quickly by number 30, Stockton.
Carter loses 8, it's 4th down.
17, Tyson Crum.
Butler back on for another field goal try. The last time he tried was in the opening stages of the third quarter. He had it blocked by a whole host of Mustangs.
Attempting the field goal, number 5, Bruce Butler.
And this one goes through the hands of the holder, and down goes Butler. And the Mountain Crest defense not conceding anything on that drive.
Number 11.
Salem Hills gets it all the way down to the 3. And the Mustangs don't give up any points, so they're pitching the shutout here in the second half.
23-yard line will be 1st and 10, Mountain Crest.
The Mustangs will take over out at about the 23. Provo leads Logan 14-7 with about 2 minutes to go in that ball game. End of the third, Skyview leads Stansbury 35-27. So Stansbury storming back in that one, still looking for a Ridgeline score. That one was a wild ball game. Benson unloads wide of his target. Benson's 5 of 13 for 54 yards and an interception. Jackson 2 catches for 20. Veeder 1 for 21.
Brings up a second down. Timeout on the field.
And a timeout before the snap.
Again, fans, at the conclusion
3:34 to play
no spectators
in this game. Let's take a look at future games. We'll keep bringing you games as long as they'll let us. And we're hoping that's for a while still. Next week it's Box Elder at Green Canyon. Then we visit Ridgeline as they host Farmington. Farmington, a very good team last year. And Ridgeline, last score we had was a 42-38 lead over Pineview. That one was down at Westlake. Then Highland of Idaho at Logan. That one may have to move if the Idaho teams aren't playing football. And on 9/11, you've got Skyview at Green Canyon, Bear River at Logan the week after that, Mountain Crest at Skyview on the 25th of September. Logan, Skyview, Ridgeline, Mountain Crest, Viewmont, Ridgeline to end the regular season, and then 3 rounds of playoffs, first, second, and quarters, and Mountain Crest got started early. Veeder took off well before the snap. 5th penalty on the Mustangs. Well, Salem Hills, we talked about 9 playoff appearances in 12 years. They are one of just 13 schools in Utah to qualify for the playoffs in their first year of playing football. So I think 13 schools there's 106 schools right now, and there have been others that have closed down as well. Here they go across the middle of Veeder. On the move, here he goes. Out of bounds, inside the 5.
Veeder racing the ball on the right sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds on the 3. Will be 1st and goal, Mountain Crest.
77 yards. .131 yards now for Benson. 98 yards on 2 catches for Veeder. And some good defense. A spark play like that might give Mountain Crest something to build on as they move into the next couple weeks. Here's a flag before the snap. Salem Hills was running players off and on. They may have had too many players on the field. First and goal at the 3 with 3:22 to play. No wonder Veeder was in such a hurry to get off the line. They were going to throw it to him. They're going to pick up the flag.
No flag on the
Benson
flag.
stood in there, got rid of it in a hurry. Veeder got the inside leverage. Salem Hills wants a timeout. Veeder got the inside leverage. Benson saw, was able to get rid of it in a hurry, put it right on, and Veeder caught it at full stride. And the defender was finally able to get just enough of a paw on him to force him out of bounds at the 3. Or else it would have been 82 yards and a touchdown. Well, looks like Provo put a late touchdown on Logan to win that game 14-7 at Logan. See if the Mustangs can punch it in. Handing it to Jackson. Jackson still on his feet down to the 1.
Jackson takes the hands off, bulldozes his way around the left side. Bounces the ball down to the 2-yard line. It'll be second and goal.
7 of 14 for Benson, 131 yards, 77 on one play, 98 of them on 2 passes to Veeder. But that interception in the first quarter was returned for a touchdown. But again, maybe some things for the Mountain Crest offense to start building on. 2:40 to play, and the Mustangs trying to get on the board. They're going to hand it to Jackson. Touchdown! And the Mustangs put some points on the board. See what the Mustangs run here. They're going to go for 2. Benson puts his head down, runs forward, and the 2-point conversion is good. So it's 34-8 with 2:33 to play in the ball game. Salem Hills leads Mountain Crest. Now let's see if they kick it away or try an onside kick. They're going to just squib one. Not really an onsider, but a little squib, and it gets free for a minute. Salem Hills will take over with 2:33 to play.
Recovered by Salem Hills.
That might be important for the Mustangs, that they saw some positives late in that game. Now, you know, you'll ask most coaches, and they don't want to talk about positives. They want to talk about winning. They also understand that those are things, yeah, okay, we can look at this and let's see if we can build on it, or if it was just something we did and we can build on if you're the Mustangs, or did Salem Hills just kind of fall asleep? Mountain Crest kept fighting here in this second half. Even though Salem Hills has been in control the whole way. And a flag, and this one blown dead.
Flag on the play.
Once again, Salem Hills is moving early.
Tackle was made by 51, Dagan Anderson, and 33.
7 penalties on Salem Hills.
Jackson Raymer, ball carrier.
Coach Higginson's not going to like that. Be something to talk about this week. Salem Hills trying to run the ball now. Just kind of get this thing over. Raymer gains maybe a yard.
Jackson Raymer pops around the right side. Elijah Jackson and company in on the tackle. Ball spotted at the Salem Hills 28-yard line. It will be 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15, and we're under 2 minutes to play now in the ball game. Salem Hills really not in much of a hurry. Box Elder at Green Canyon next week. That'll be a good one. Box Elder always a tough squad, and Green Canyon has been in the mix in the region. Elmer on the move. He's knocked out of bounds after a loss of 2.
Quarterback keeps the ball around the right side. Tackle made by number 33, Elijah Jackson.
Not sure if that's Elmer or a different quarterback.
Brings up loss of 2.
This one's pretty much done.
17 for Salem Hills.
It's 3rd down and about 17 as we dip under a minute to play in the ball game. Well, that's a different quarterback now. And a flag. Not many rule changes this year in high school football. Every year, you know, they maybe tweak little rules here and there. That's participation. Mountain Crest has too many players on the field. One of the rule tweaks this year, really the major one, and it's not even that major, is where your tackle can line up. Before, his head had to kind of be past the hip of the guard. If he's too far back, then he's in the backfield, and it gives him, you know, an unfair advantage. Well, now they've got to be further up, and they've got to have his shoulder up there, the hip of the guard. Here's a stick and a stop by Elijah Jackson.
Thrown to the carpet by number 33, Elijah Jackson.
And it's going to be 4th and long, 25 seconds, and the clock's going to run. And I don't know if Salem Hills will run another play. I don't think they have to. So Salem Hills comes out, and they look sharp in that first half, especially jumping out to a 34-0 lead, including a pick-6 touchdown, a couple of field goals, a couple of touchdown passes, and a touchdown run. The Mustangs with a score late to get on the board, but ultimately Mountain Crest goes down in defeat in the home opener, 34-8. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company, privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. The Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.